see is a 700 square foot billboard picture of myself. There's hundreds of these billboards spread across all of Toronto. I can't even find them all. Now, the problem is, how the hell did you guys get a TikToker all the way up there? Let's go find out. We have to go back to when I was just a little kid. My mom had gone to a psychic, and they told her that one day her baby little boy was gonna be famous. Yeah, right.
And Bretten.
Are you in? 150K, let's go! Alright, some blood, sweat, and tears went into this one, but I made it to the top of Kilimanjaro. And that video 3 years ago made me believe in myself and my content, and that was the turning point. Decades later, my mom finds out about my TikTok and how it's blown up, and she tells me this story. I now had my sights set on something much bigger than the internet. I wanted to be seen in real life to really clarify this psychic's tale. So, the blueprints were made. 6 months ago, we had to come up with a plan. How do you get famous in real life? Does TV, movies, commercials count? What about billboards? We figured that was the best way to be seen in real life, quote unquote. But we did not have tens of thousands of dollars to go spend it on a billboard. So how the hell do you end up on a billboard in the first place? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is an ad. So, we started applying for some ads, and we kept getting rejection after rejection after rejection. And they all came back with the same similar answer. No, not approved, not selected. But then, we saw an ad in the paper looking for local people to be in a PokerStars commercial. I thought this was perfect. It was a website I already played poker on, and I loved it. So, why not apply for this commercial? Maybe I could be the face of it. There were 3,000 people that applied for this position. It was narrowed down to 100. 100 people got interviewed, and it was narrowed down to 6. We waited for weeks, and we heard nothing back. And we thought all hope was lost until we received a call back. And this was the turning point of the entire endeavor. We started to have to do interview, background checks, social media checks. They really dug deep into my social media, and they fell in love with the coach image. With the blue background, the sunglasses, the streamer style setup. They wanted to use all this, but crank it up to 11. And after a lot of back and forth, they finally said, hey, we're coming to your house with 40 gosh darn people, and we're gonna film the commercial there. Without further ado, here's the behind the scenes of that. June 23rd, 2022. After all these years playing online, making content, we have our big COD Coach break with our patented COD Coach glasses, of course. What's up, players? It's the coach. You know, you make content for 12, 15 years and not much comes of it, but like it builds up and you never know where it's gonna lead. So today is a commercial. I wouldn't have that commercial if I hadn't started making content when I was probably 14 years old, right? So everyone's like, oh, they got lucky or whatever. It always comes back to a story behind it all, where it all starts a decade ago. It's never overnight, right? So they came in and covered all the walls in cardboard, not to damage the walls while they were moving equipment. They carpeted the entire floor with draw mats, again, not to damage the floor. They bubble wrapped pretty well everything you could possibly bubble wrap. Look at the out of bounds. They set up beautiful sets by taking out all the furniture and replacing it with their own. This was the music room. So come see like the back here, the kitchen and stuff. And they had people all over the house, in the kitchen. Got all these people working here. Crazy. Outside, everywhere. They set up 2 tents outside for the directors and the PokerStars crew to sit and watch. Then as it got closer to my turn to film, I had to do something I've never done before, which is makeup. It was quite the experience, and it took actually a lot longer than I thought it would. And here's the little time lapse of the makeup session.
Oh yeah, it makes a difference then.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can definitely see the difference on the camera.
They filmed the commercial in 3 parts. An outdoor pool shot, which they had a cute as heck dog in the shot. A music scene, and of course, the patented coach setup. They also flew out a dozen people from London just to be here for the day to film. So this wasn't just gonna be on billboards, this was gonna be on national TV. Prime time, sports channels, news channels, cooking channels, home rental channels, everything you can think of. I didn't know it was gonna be this big. The crew was also fantastic, the directors were easy to work with, and within 5 minutes of me starting my shoot, I had my shot for the commercial. which meant we had an hour and a half to kill. They told me to pull up PokerStars in front of 40 people live and do what I would normally do during the stream.
That's not how I wanted this to play out.
So I had to ad-lib for an hour and a half in front of 40 people I've never met. I was making up new lines. I basically had to live stream for 40 people at my house. I was actually really nervous at one point, but then I remembered I used to stream on TikTok and Twitch to hundreds of people, and it really settled me down, and I was like, man, you got this. So we became the coach. I wasn't Bretten that day, I was a coach. If it wasn't for all the love and support I've gotten from you guys, the viewer, over the last couple years, I never would have made it. So thank you. Thank you, TikTok, and thank you as the viewer. After this amazing 12-hour day, months of editing, here is the final 30-second commercial, and let me know if you've seen it anywhere.
It's game on with PokerStars. Meet your local competition. There's Lisa, aka Blonde Girlie, who always plays her winning hand.
Love those meals.
Or Manuel, who likes fast breaks and fast games. And Bretten. We don't ask why he needs shades for online poker.
We got him.
However you play, we've got tournaments, series, and games ready when you are. It's game on.
Are you in? I also have this bucket list. Some of the major things I've wanted to accomplish in my life going back to 2020. And number 61, get sponsored by a major brand you love. Do you think this counts? Let me know down below. You still not on the coach's roster? Coach out.